Perhaps we could expound on my unfortunate professional sports metaphors for ethnic demographics by bringing up our Ghost of Christmas Past. I hear it on the rooftop. I hear strange, mysterious clickings and tappings. Could it be DeMorge Brown?
What?
What's up?
A Christmas episode.
He was making the clicking and tapping.
Clappington. Oh,
Hi.
yeah.
Hello, DeMorge.
Hi.
How are you, DeMorge Brown? So good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a long time.
Too long.
That
You
much
look
is true.
so distinguished.
Really?
I wish I could bring it in like that.
With the red shirt. Oh, with this, yeah.
Where have you been?
I don't think we told him where we went.
Yeah, I just been going.
He kept going to
Nerd Melt on
Meltdown.
Sundays, looking for the fans.
You just keep showing up at Meltdown.
I bring a bag of lunch and this splash would be good. No. I just I worked on a short film a long time ago, which actually just came out, and the preparation for it started right before the last time that I did the show, and it was probably about 3.5 weeks worth of prep. And then shooting the film took about a week, 2 weeks. And then from there, yeah.
How was it?
How was what?
Shooting.
Shooting was great. The film's called I Was There Too. Yeah, with Joey Izzo. And it's a short film. It just came out this week, is short of the week, and it's on No Budge, Kentucky Rodley's NoBudge.com, that kind of stuff. So that's
Joey's great.
Yeah.
DeMorge is great in it.
Oh, awesome. All right. Well, we'll check it out then. I just wanted to get it vetted.
But it was like, that started a run of just sort of...
You were like, well, once
working.
I'm
So
sure once you're
claiming your
away from this
Sundays
place
back.
for 3 weeks, you're like, what was I doing?
Well, get my Sundays back. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if I took a couple breaks from the show, I'd definitely be like, yeah, wait.
Well,
if I waited until I was ready to do the show.
I'm gonna be honest with you. The last guest was somebody who was incredibly important to me in my life. It was,
Norman Lear.
It was Norman Lear. That was the last guest. And I wanted desperately to be called up to talk to him, to even say that or ask him questions or something like that. And I didn't. And I didn't get called up until like the very end. I think he had just left.
Who was it?
It was Norman Lear.
Was it really? Oh, it was Norman Lear.
I got to hang out earlier in the green room with him, and it was like devastated. I was just like, "Jeez, man, I swarmed him, and he kind of just deflected it with Jedi sensibility and stuff. And it was really fun, and it was great to have had. So it was a high note of that year.
But it was a wound to you that I didn't call you up, or
No, it was just a disappointment that I didn't get up to, but that's not up to you. That's up to fate and stuff like that.
You were like, if I can try putting words in your mouth and correct me if I'm wrong, you after that, you were like, well,
no, I felt like
why am I going if in the best case scenario, like I might not even end
It
up.
was just weird because there were things he said when you first brought him out and interviewed him that echoed things I said in the first time I'd ever been on Harmontown about like the fact that we don't teach civics and the consequences of that are going to kick us in the fucking butt. And sure enough, we got to October and we got kicked in the butt because people thought that this vote was a rubber room and, they could go, oh, well, Hillary, guess what? We're going to stick it to you by not voting for you. And then...
like it was a prom court.
Yeah. It was like some kind of weird-ass situation that we can easily sort of jump out of. But it wasn't about that. It was just the fate of the day. That was all. I thought it was a highlight of my year, really, to have been anywhere around that guy, just to...
favorite Norman Lear stuff.
But you did mention not getting called up, like
the hiring of Paul Mooney.
Well, I didn't get called. I didn't get
too.
called up to be on the show. So, if in the event of one of my heroes being on the show, if it's possible for me to be stuck in the green room,
I wasn't trying to assign anything to you. I was just saying, man, I was in the back one. Come on, man, come on, put me up there. There weren't enough seats. There were no seats, and that guy fills two. and there was so much to say. Yes,
This just
sorry,
Norman
Lear.
Lear's death.
I like the
reported
part where
live.
I like that I echoed some of your thoughts. I took that as a compliment.
Yeah, it was important.
Or it was an accusation of biting your moves. You say you're like, did I?
The court will decide.
All right.
No,
well,
that's it. Nothing crazy. Nothing special. Just working my ass off and really.
Well, you'd taken like breaks before, and then every time you come back, I go, "Where were you? What did I do wrong?" And it's like the answer's never, it never satisfies my narcissistic like map of the universe. Like it's some reason of your own. But this was an especially long absence, so
It just got to a point where I'm out here to be an actor and to write and direct stuff, and I'm just like trying to fill my year. I mean, you know me. I fill my year up as much as I can with as much stuff as I can, and I've been working with a director because of these. I signed a bunch of NDAs, so I can't say a whole bunch of shit. But there's a director whose next film was coming out. He'd won an Oscar, and this was his next film. And it was just sort of like working.
Brett Ratner.
Yeah, Brett Ratner.
It's Brian Singer.
Is a Medea.
It's an Eddie Murphy project.
Yeah.
But it was just like several times over the course of that year to try and get his next thing into shape so they could shoot it, which they did. And then the next thing was like, out of that, I ended up working on a thing called the Dress Up Gang on TBS, and that took a big chunk of time. And so that's it. That's it. It's just really. I'm worn out right now at the end of the year, like physically worn out, just year weary, basically.